Baked in, boys.
Herbert's the goat, he'll punch you in the throat. Herbert's the goat, he'll punch you in the throat.
Run it back, Ma.
Baked in, boys.
Herbert's the goat, he'll punch you in the throat. Herbert's the goat, he'll punch you in the throat.
Would all of the VIP Super Chatters please come to the front stage? You know who you are. Oh, you Kurt, Mark Cleveland, the Silva Brothers, Austin, Double A, Terry Roberts, please report to the front stage. D2W Stu, your presence is required at the front stage. Unberger, I see you. Tony Turley, we see you lurking over there. Nolan Mendoza, Bender. If you want your name mentioned in this song, all you gotta do is drop a $14.99 super chat so Smitty can identify you and drop you in. Get your name in the intro song of every Tuesday, Thursday show.
It's a blue button.
Baked in, boys. Baked in, boys.
Herbert's the goat, he'll punch you in the throat. Herbert's the goat, he'll punch you in the throat.
Run it back, Ma.
Baked in, boys.
Herbert's the goat, he'll punch you in the throat. Herbert's the goat, he'll punch you in the throat.
Would all of the VIP Super Chatters please come to the front stage? You know who you are. Oh, you Kurt, Mark Cleveland, the Silva Brothers, Austin, Double A, Terry Roberts, please report to the front stage. D2W Stu, your presence is required at the front stage. Unberger, I see you. Tony Turley, we see you lurking over there. Nolan Mendoza, Bender. If you want your name mentioned in this song, all you gotta do is drop a $14.99 super chat so Smitty can identify you and drop you in. Get your name in the intro song of every Tuesday, Thursday show.
It's a blue button.
What is going on, everyone? My name is Smitty from the Fantasy Football Show. You're watching live. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show live, and boy, do we have a show for you. Every single show is a show for you because you make the show. Without you, I wouldn't be here, and without this news, we wouldn't have much to talk about. So it's baked in, boys. What's up, Spatula? What is going on, W? What is going on, Guy? Appreciate all of you being here. Claudio in the house. Bender. Doobie. It's baked in, boys. Let's hit the intro, and then we will get to the news.
This is the Fantasy Football Show with your host, Smitty.
Top 5 running back. You're watching the Fantasy Football Show. I'm Smitty.
Take a lap.
Yo. Welcome to the show, everybody. And let's talk about a little guy named Marquez Callaway. Okay? Marquez is my friend. Let me introduce you to my friend. Marquez Callaway. Okay? He's only one Callaway. One Callaway, this man. And I keep pumping him up. And I understand I'm running the risk of missing, looking like a fool. But what I've learned in my 19 years of playing fantasy football, I've played fantasy football for 25, 26, 27 years. I forget it. I've lost track. In my 19 years of actually covering it professionally, I've had a content site. I've been on CBS and NBC and CBS Sports Radio, bouncing back and forth between our Red Zone show, which was running for 23 straight years, longest running that we could find. We've looked. We've heard there's a couple that we've never seen it or heard it. 23 years running. The one thing I've learned in 23 years of evaluating players, predicting breakouts, missing hardcore, landing hardcore, because both of them happen. I'm not going to lie to you. I've missed on a ton of stuff. But if I missed on more than I landed, why would I still be here? So I might miss on Marquez Callaway. I might be wrong on Marquez Callaway. He might not be one Callaway. I think he is, but he may not. Let's say he's not. Let's say he's not. What do you lose? You lose more by avoiding him. You lose more by assuming he isn't one Callaway. Because if he's one Cal away and you miss it, you miss everything. The risk is minimal. The risk is 100 out of 100 of your fab dollars. I drop $100 straight 100% load drop on my waiver fab all the time. Once a year in at least, no, I'd say half of my leagues I do a 100% load drop. Boom! Boom! Sometimes it's an upper decker. Sometimes it's James Robinson. And if you don't take the risk, if the risk doesn't feel baked in like it does for me, and you don't push all in on your chips sometimes on a guy that emerges that looks like the next James Robinson wearing a wide receiver number. I mean, he's a wide receiver. He's not a running back. I get that. I'm not a moron. But this guy's the next J-Rob. Potentially. And if we're wrong, boo-hoo. Big deal. You dropped your fab dollars. You got to get a little more creative on Fridays when you're picking up a free guy because you missed out on blind bidding because Smitty told you to go all in on Marquez Callaway and he ended up not being quite what we thought. That's your worst case scenario. That is your worst case scenario. What is the best case scenario? You have the next Marquez Colston. I don't know if some of you even know who that is. Some of you may have been crapping in your pants, fermenting in your own poop because no one changed you because they were watching the game. They were watching Marquez Colston break out. Okay? You're sitting in your own poop. You didn't even know he existed. This man came out of nowhere for the Saints. It happens on the Saints. It's weird. It's weird. The Saints can cultivate a wide receiver like this. It's just a place where it happens. And Marquez Callaway passes the eyeball test. Okay? I can see talent when I watch him play. The man didn't trip and fall into 5 out of 5 for 105? 104. 5 out of 5 for 104. And 2 touchdowns that were very high difficulty grabs to pull in. I would probably say they were 9 or 10 out of 10 touchdown grabs in difficulty. Like if this was the Olympics, I'd literally be like this. Okay? On the touchdown grab, 10. 10. 10. That's my Shanahan cutout from the live show we did where I pretended to be Shanahan. I said, you think Trey Lance isn't starting? If you're missing my Instagram, go to my IG right here. If you're missing my Instagram content, go there now and follow me. I'll shout you out on my show. We went over 10.1K. Instagram's booming. I love it. It's different content. It's different than YouTube. You're missing out a whole different personality of the show. If the show had two personalities, YouTube would be like the hard-hitting, factual, like fun. We have fun here. This isn't a boring show, right? I pride myself on that. But it's factual, hard-hitting. Instagram's factual, but we have a lot of fun on there that the platform allows for. And so if you're missing out, you've got two different. You got Fun Jim and you got Cool Hip Jim. I'm like Cool Hip Jim over here. I'm Fun Jim over there. If anybody knows what movie reference I'm referencing, drop in the chat. Let's see how old I am, because apparently that movie reference probably won't hit with many of you. What's up, De Jesus? I appreciate that. Okay, so Marquez Callaway. The dude is worth your fab dollars. Drop the load on him. You're going to do well with it. And if you're going to consider, like I had a few comments in Instagram posts where I did the whole Marquez is one Callaway, and it just shows him coming closer and closer. I had one guy in the comments be like, nope. Where's my microphone? It was a Bill. Bill from accounting showed up. He said, nope. No. They get angry, all capitals. And they do the nope, laughing my A off, or they'll say no. They'll be aggressive, and it'll be all caps lock. And you know what happened, right? You know what happened. I have a psych degree, right? We have a psych den over here. The person that's angry about the Marquez Callaway didn't get him. He missed out on his waiver wire. So they're like, no, I've got one league and I didn't get him. He's going to bust. Why would I pick him up, Smitty? Even though he's already taken and I tried. Why would I pick him up? He's not going to be good, and I can't even fit him on my bench. Yeah, you can't fit him on your bench because you think he's garbage. I don't think he's garbage, Bill. I think Marquez Callaway could actually, sit down. I know this is going to sound a little bit bold and overboard, but this guy could be a potential wide receiver 1 in fantasy, low-end wide receiver or high-end wide receiver 2. Like, the range is there. I'm not saying it'll happen. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm not saying that you need to buy him at even high-end wide receiver 2 value. The good news, Bill, is he goes in round 7, Bill. Okay? Nope, I still wouldn't take him in round 7 because I'd have to cut somebody. Okay, if I'm telling you to draft him in round 7 and your draft is 16 rounds, clearly I value him more than double your last player, Bill. But no, Bill can't handle it because Bill missed him. Bill didn't grab him. Bill's not a visionary. Okay? Bill's not a visionary. But the man firmly against Marquez Callaway didn't draft him. He didn't draft him. He didn't pick him up in time. He doesn't have an opportunity to own him. He's mad at him. He's mad at Marquez Callaway because if Marquez Callaway works out, guess what? I was wrong. That's what he's going to say in his head because I didn't pick him up. I could have picked him up. And the more angry people are the people that actually could have picked him up, didn't, waited, and then somebody else did it. That's what's up. That's what's up. Push your fab dollars in. Go after them. In an upcoming draft, reach a little bit. Reach a little bit. In existing leagues, I venture to say, unless the league is very big, you probably can't pick him up anymore. He's already gone. I've been talking him up like crazy. We probably moved his ADP at least an entire round just on this show, the way we roll. And so you're probably not able to grab him in most leagues that are existing and aren't monstrous. And they probably, or I'm sorry, they have to be small. Small leagues, he'd be available. Big leagues, he's grabbed. Big leagues, he might have even been grabbed. It depends how big your league is. I was saying that reverse. What my point is for you drafting soon, draft him where you have Robbie Anderson. Big deal. Big deal. Don't pick up Robbie Anderson. You'll be fine. Like, what I'm telling you is risking Robbie Anderson. The risk is Robbie Anderson. The risk is maybe Odell Beckham Jr. If you want Odell Beckham Jr. over Marquez Callaway, I can't help you. Because Odell Beckham Jr. has done nothing for a very long time. It's time to let him go. It's time to let him go. Let him go like Jack in the ocean, like the Titanic. Let him go. Let's go over to Marquez Callaway, and let's let this boy have his shot. on your roster. Robbie Anderson, Callaway, as mom would say, Callaway, or James Conner, or I don't know, a quarterback like Stafford, whatever. I'd rather take another player. Go a different route with those types of players. Draft him round 7. Late round 7's not too early. It's not too early. 8, definitely take him in 8. If you're thinking you could grab him in 10, 11, 12, you're mistaken. You won't get him. He won't be there. You need to reach a little bit. It's worth the risk. My final statement on Marquez Callaway. Marquez Callaway is you are running a bigger risk not taking him than believing in him. So go get him. Children, go get him. Next up is not a topic. Whoops, not that one. Not a topic that people like. They just don't like it. Saquon Barkley took 8 live. 8? Whoa! Smitty, I told you he's back. Look, I'm rooting for him. I've torn my ACL. I know a lot about knee injuries. I'm practically not a doctor on the knee. And I will tell you this. Nothing I've seen has made me change my mind about believing in Barkley to the tune of a first-round pick. I'm not suggesting I don't like him at a certain point. I'm not suggesting that my line in the sand is, this is a bet we did on the Instagram Live, just so you know, which I won last time. It's not that I'm saying that there isn't a line in the sand for my boy Saquon Barkley. Here's round 1, here's round 2. Where are my markers at? Here we go. My line in the sand for Barkley, a healthy Barkley, was probably, like right here. That was a healthy Barkley. Now my line in the sand where he's a avoid. This marker's out. God, these markers go out so quick. This used to be his line in the sand. Now it's an avoid in round 1 for me. His line in the sand is after Harris, after Gibson. So probably around this range is where my line in the sand is for Barkley. That's not disrespectful. That just means I'm not taking him up here. I will take him down here. And it's packaging in a lot of risk. It doesn't mean that I don't like him. It doesn't mean that he can't go on a tear. It doesn't mean that I don't think it's worth investing in Saquon Barkley. I like Saquon Barkley. I'm rooting for Saquon Barkley, but returning from ACL injuries usually is not an easy task. And while I would be with you in saying, oh, but this guy's different, Smitty. It's different. My office looks like a mess. Let's go to the other camera. It's different, Smitty, because he's Barkley. He's Saquon Barkley. His quads are huge. He'll be fine. And I was under that impression too. Okay? I talked about in the offseason that this man's quads are muscle wrapped around the knee. That is probably one of the best components of a good ACL recovery. Is here's the ACL, here's the bottom part of your leg, here's the top, your thigh and your knee, top of your knee joint come in, here's your ACL, okay? Muscle being wrapped around that knee. You and I, we're normal human beings, okay? We don't have muscle wrapped knees. We have bony knees without any muscle anywhere around. This guy's got like extra muscle everywhere, and it wraps around the knee and keeps that knee tight. Saquon Barkley, if the ACL fairy came in the middle of the night and had taken his ACL without damaging anything around, the dude might not even realize he doesn't have an ACL when he wakes up and cuts because his knee's so freaking tight. Garrison Hurst, the running back in the day, the Niner running back, this guy walked into the NFL draft without an ACL, didn't know he didn't have it because he had the same situation going on with his quad and surrounding knee muscles. Garrison Hurst practically had a knee wrapped in muscle. Garrison Hurst shows up to the NFL draft. Garrison Hurst gets a test. They do the ACL test. They did it all the time. People were worried. Teams were worried about no ACLs. They were like, if you had an ACL tear, teams wanted to avoid you back in the 90s and early 2000s. But in Garrison Hurst's case, they were scared to death. They said, "You don't have an ACL, son." He said, "Are you sure?" And they said, "Yeah." They traced it back to a high school game they tore it in. He played college football without an ACL, didn't know. My point is, when you have thigh strength like Barkley, not only can you recover fast and well from an ACL tear and have more tightness in the knee, because that's the problem. You're cutting, you don't trust it. Tearing it again, he has tons and tons of muscle to make that tight. I love this about Barkley's recovery, and it's why I promoted him early on as a potential AP Adrian Peterson ACL recovery. If anybody's capable of it, it's this man. But my job is to adjust and adapt. My job is to tell you how I'm feeling as I go. I'm not going to stick to my guns and tell you I love Barkley, dig my heels in. When I start hearing different information, I adjust and adapt. I try and train you guys to do the same thing. Change directions, bounce off, change directions. Don't go with the same crap over and over and over because you said it already. You've got to stick to it. No, that's not how it works. Barkley should be further along than he is. Yes, he didn't have surgery right away, but he tore it very, very early. I missed some super chats. I'm sorry. Let me bring those on board. Sorry, guys. During the rant session, I forget to see him. So hold on. Joel and Jordan and Joel, your super chats await. They are right here awaiting my attention. Just give me 1 second. Barkley should be further along. And while he's hitting the field now, while he's taking 8 live reps and looking good during the live reps, I'm excited about it, sure. We are so close to week 1. This right here shouldn't make people say what I see them saying. Like, oh, he's back. Top 3, top 4. He's got to take hits. He's got to continue to show he can trust the leg. He is not close at all. Not close at all to being 100%. He will not walk into week 1 at 100%. There's no way. What kind of snap count will he be on? How far away will he be? Will he damage or tear his hamstring from compensation? Because the problem you have with hamstring injuries that follow ACL tears the next year is compensation. That's when a compensation injury happens. And I'm telling you right now that he has a high likelihood of another injury like a hamstring injury due to compensation. Just like your car, when the alignment's off and you start going normally full go like you normally would drive, and you try off-roading or you try driving fast through your mom's neighborhood and hit those speed humps at 100 miles an hour, your alignment's off. Everything's going to get jacked up because the alignment's off. And you're trying to do the same thing you did before the alignment was off, before the injury. Saquon Barkley, if he's not ready and he goes on the field, his body will try to perform at optimal level output. This dude will try to do what he did before, and your body has to overcompensate in order to do so. I needed to work on my quad strength. I didn't do it. I tried to play in a basketball game about 3-4 years ago, and because of my overcompensation of the thigh strength from my ACL injury many years back on both of my legs, I tore my patellar tendon off my kneecap due to compensation because my body didn't understand that things weren't going to hold up and work the same, and I tried to go full go, and the overcompensation caused another injury. I'm not saying that Saquon Barkley is going to go through what good old Smitty did in an intramural basketball game. I'm merely telling you that if the man's not ready fully and he hits the field and tries to be full go, you open the door for more injury. And the fact that he has never said, I'll be ready for week 1, he said the opposite. He said, I don't know where I'll be. He said, in quotes, he's looking out for his future. He's going to take it slow. He's going to play when he's ready to play. And he's gone a very, very slow pace this last stretch. And you got to wonder, was there a setback? In today's NFL, we never hear about that until the next year or later on, way later on, before we've had a chance to react. It's unfair. The NFL news day and space right now is unfair. They don't tell us anything. We find out stuff a week later, a year later. The next off season, we might see a report, and you can screen grab this and we can talk about it then. Next off season, we might see a report that says Saquon Barkley had a cleanup surgery in June. And we're going to be like, what? What? Like, Like Mom would say, what? You can't take the car out for a spin? We're going to find out later. And we're going to be like, what in the hell? And that's the way it is. That's the way the news cycle and world is. So we have to do our due diligence. We have to react properly. And I'm telling you, it doesn't smell right that he isn't more further along. He's Saquon Barkley. He's the most gifted athlete in the NFL. Why isn't he further along? I'm not saying avoid him. I'm not saying don't go after him. I'm not saying don't draft him in round 2. I'm not saying he's garbage. I'm not saying he's going to bust. I'm merely telling you he's worth the risk. The risk will be further baked in.
It didn't record.
Baked in, boys.
The risk will be further baked in round 2. And he makes a fantastic running back 2 or running back 1 in round 2 if you go wide receiver in round 1. But I'm not going to Smitty approve this guy in the first round when you've got Adams. You've got even guys like Harris and Gibson I like more than him because they're safer than Barkley coming back from an ACL tear. And if you disagree like wholeheartedly and aggressively, you either already own Saquon, which I understand. I'm not mad at you. I'm not going to even make you take a lap. But if you're aggressive against I like Harris better than ACL returning Saquon Barkley, who's not quite ready yet, you were completely looking at it from that lens only. And you're not hearing me when I say I like him at a certain point. So that's that. Super chat from Joel says can't stay. Just came to drop this real quick. Thank you, Mick. Thank you, Joel. I appreciate that. He's probably already gone. Way to go, Smitty. Way to go, Smitty. He comes in.
Take a lap. Take a lap.
He comes in to say hi. I put his super chat in the corner. Don't look at it. Don't glance at it. And he just wanted to say hi. Oh, man. Bringing fire. Sony running back 1. Yeah, not going to happen. If anything, I would say, look, have we not learned that McVay can't be trusted? Have we also not learned that McVay isn't a guy that uses his incoming fresh new running back that doesn't know the system fully? Yes, McVay traded for a veteran in this case, didn't draft a Henderson, draft an Akers, who he didn't use during their rookie years. He used Akers at the end of it. Everybody talking about how great Akers did at the end of last year and not acknowledging that they drafted him in the 4th and 5th round, expecting what a lot of people expect out of Javonte Williams this year. Like, people forget, Akers busted on you in 2020 if you drafted him, because you drafted him right where we're drafting Javonte Williams. Imagine Javonte Williams not doing anything until the tail end of the season, the very tail end. Last couple weeks, you would be extremely disappointed in your investment and your return on investment, your ROI. Your ROI would be garbage, and that would be a bust. Doesn't matter if he helped you at the end. You drafted the man to start in the 4th and 5th round. McVay doesn't use his incoming running backs. McVay doesn't use his running backs like anybody expects. So I'm not going to hold out hope that Sony Michel and his paper-thin knees is going to deliver running back. I'm not saying you are, Jordan. You have laughing emojis, so I assume you're laughing about it. I'm just saying that people that are like running back 1 and Adam Schefter, I know everyone's going to either get mad or agree with me on this. There's no like middle ground. Adam Schefter needs to stay in his lane. Okay, he's the guy he's the guy that's one call away. Like Callaway, he's the guy that gets the information. He's got the connects, and he comes out and tells us, this is what I heard. Here you go. That's Adam Schefter. Why he's going in the prediction business lately is beyond me, and he's botching a lot of it. He doesn't do that. I don't care if he's Schefter. I don't care if he's proven. I don't care if he's the man. There are certain people that have certain skills, and predicting and projecting, playing fantasy football or predicting things in fantasy football is far different than understanding the game. You could be the most knowledgeable player in the NFL, and you wouldn't know crap about fantasy football. And for him to predict things like Sony Michel's the running back 1, he may or may not eventually start games. And it wouldn't shock me if somehow he climbed into the starting lineup because Hendy can't stay healthy, Xavier Jones can't. Like, injuries could open the door to that for sure. But to like be like, I think this is the running back one after the trade, his predictions have been so off. Like Schefter's, you gotta look at Schefter. There's two Schefters. There's predicting Schefter and there's reporting Schefter. And I don't believe that they're two different personalities. One's completely bizarro and wrong, and the other one's money. And you have to determine between the two what's going on. What's he saying? Is he predicting or does he know something? Because when he's predicting, he doesn't know anything about it. It's garbage. It's been garbage. The whole Aaron Rodgers debacle, everything's been all off with his predicting part. And I get it. He's on a radio show and someone asks him a question and he gives it his advice. But the problem is he wasn't ever doing that before. I don't know if it was the pandemic, he got bored, or he got, I don't know, a little ants in his pants for trying something new and going, you know what, I'm pretty good at this reporting stuff. Let's see if I can take a stab at being Nostradamus. But it's not working out, Schefty, and everyone needs to make sure when they hear something Schefty and they think, oh, this is money, because when he reports, it is money. When Schefty reports, it is usually money. That NFL draft stuff was crazy. I don't know if you guys remember, it wasn't that long ago, it was a couple months ago, but Schefter basically was talking about A-Rod trade, intimate, all this, and then didn't clarify the source or where it was coming from. We all took it as gold. This is Schefter. He's got to call. Schefter got a fax. Here's Schefter's fax. Oh, Aaron Rodgers trade intimate. Boom. And we took it as fact. Facts. It wasn't cap. It was facts. The fax emoji. You've seen it? We all thought this man is getting traded because Schefter said so. But Schefter then came out and was like, yeah. That was just what I gathered. That was my prediction from what I've gathered over the course of the season. Just decided to drop it on NFL Draft Day. It's like, oh, man. Eric Keller, Fitz. By the way, some of you are in the Door League and you have not reached back out to me and I've tried to reach out to you. You need to get in touch with me. There are a number of you that I still have yet to hear from that I'm trying to get a hold of. So DM me on Discord. You have to DM me on Discord. Go to Discord, and the people that I still need to hear from Door League 1, are Jerry Taylor, Jason Loy, Captain Spock, Aloha Rob, Devin Marzal, Order 66. Rock out, DM me real quick, Rock out. I just want to check one thing. And Salinas, send me a message, okay? And then Door League 2, we got to get to that too. All right. My first fantasy football draft on Saturday. Any advice? Burner, watch my most recent draft strategy video. That will help guide you, my man. Okay, so keeper cost. Let me go through these two super chat questions here. One player keeper cost is the last season's draft position. Clyde, round 1. Round 4, A.J. Brown. Round 9, Gibson. Who do you keep? You keep Gibson. Number 1, your draft. Like, you got to ask yourself, Fitz, who are you drafting first in a regular draft? The answer is Gibson. So already you know Gibson's the most valuable player on this list. You draft Gibson ahead of Clyde by at least several spots. You draft Gibson ahead of A.J. Brown by at least, a handful of spots. He's the number 1 player you want to keep. Now you look at the round and you say, even if Gibson is the same round or a little higher round than A.J. Brown, you might consider Gibson your keeper, but he's got a 9th round keeper. Easy call. Keep Gibby. You could draft back maybe one of the other guys. So what round are you trying to pick up James Robinson in, and what's your favorite possible 11th first round pick? Let's go over that, Eric. Let's go over that. Doobie in the house. Appreciate you, Doobs. Okay. So from the 11 spot, broski, I'm really, really liking. From the 11 spot, I'm really, really liking Diggs. Or, if Adams or Hill are there, I'm fine with that too. Because you're pretty much going to be guaranteed one of Harris or Gibson. And I really like coming out with a duo like that. So if you can come out with Harris or Gibson, you're really looking strong. J-Rob, I would say, if we're trying to look at where to draft J-Rob, I would probably say here's round 3. I would say the safe range for J-Rob is like 3.3, down into, 4.3. I know that's a big range, and I know some of you might say 4th round, you're crazy, but I didn't say 4th round. I said 3.3 to 4.3. It just depends on your draft and your league mates and where he's falling. Some people don't love him. Some people do. He was going about right here before the ETN trade or the ETN drafting. So you got to ask yourself, why are we not just reverting back to putting him right where he was? I think Urban Meyer is scaring us a little more than we thought. So the Urban Meyer factor is making me still bump ETN down even from where we had him before, and I think that it's safer to draft him in this area. I find myself not drafting him personally until the turn picks, 3.12 to 4.1. So I may or may not own him. I'm not sure if people will let that happen. But it's not so much that I hate him or anything. I just am not drafting. I'm drafting CeeDee Lamb over him. I'm drafting JK over him. I'm drafting Josh Allen over him. So that's pushing him down into like this area because there's just guys I want better. It's not that I hate J-Rob. I just like them better. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's more about that. Hit the thumbs up if you're new. I see we've got 101 people in here, and we have 44 thumbs up. Pretty respectable, but I wouldn't mind matching it up. So do your man Smitty a favor. Punch the thumbs up, and let's get to the next piece of news. Kenny Golladay. Kenny G. I'm not even sure I like referencing him as Kenny G anymore, because Kenny G was like a nickname we had for somebody that we thought, oh, this is fun. We love this guy. We give nicknames to people we love. Kenny's top 12 wide receiver bound. Let's call him Kenny G. That sounds real fun. Until the player doesn't deliver. Then you start saying to yourself, damn, I don't know that I want to call him this anymore, because all they do is get depressed when we call him his fun nickname, Kenny G, because the guy can't do what we hope he can do and drop a healthy season. He's back. He's not back. He's not back. He has yet to practice. And it's still worrisome. I still worry about this guy. I still feel like, okay, why hasn't he been able to stay on the field? And I'm not super excited about Daniel Jones, and the fact that I feel like Saquon could come along slowly. The Giants could be in for a rough beginning of the season. So I'm going to go ahead and say I like Kenny Golladay. I like him as a wide receiver 3 if he's to fall. I like him as a low-end wide receiver 2 if your strategy is to completely punt running or wide receiver 2 until really late. He makes a pretty good stab because he was top 12. We had him really high. We have to acknowledge there's a reason we had him high. He's talented. So it wouldn't shock me if he was deserving, in hindsight, of like a high-end wide receiver 2 value. I just don't think it's safe to buy him there yet because he's got to prove that he's healthy. So let's stay away from that. Anybody wants any spots in the Door League 2? Prizes for the Door League 2 will be like, co-host the show, lifetime membership to sleeperu.com. Years worth of text advice in 2022 with yours truly, Smitty. We have Amazon Fire Sticks. I'll probably have like Amazon gift cards and then potentially a jersey or something like that. Where I'm working on that, like the DK Metcalf jersey for Door League 1. I'm working on trying to get that. But if you want in, it's a $20 super chat, and just let me know. There are a few spots left in Door League 2 for sure. So if you want in, jump on that. Ryan, thank you for the super chat, young man. Have the third pick. Going to try to punt running back 2. Watch the video if you haven't already. It's up on YouTube. It's called Smitty's Top 5 Draft Strategies. Number 1 is how to punt running back 2, and number 2 through 5 they all coincide together. They all work together. They correlate. You can smash them all in one draft strategy and crush your entire league. So watch that video if you haven't. Who is the lowest rated running back you would abandon the strategy for in the 3rd round? Would you do it for Carson, J-Rob, Sanders, Jacobs, or only Clyde and Dobbins? Excellent question. Excellent question. Very, very good question. So what he's saying is, for anybody that hasn't watched the video yet, first of all, shame on you. It's one of the best videos I've ever made, and it's up right now. It's my most recent video before this live stream, and it's called Smitty's Top 5 Draft Strategies, and it literally walks you through step by step how to dominate your 2021 fantasy football draft. So if that's not important to you, then skip the video. Don't watch the video if you don't like that kind of thing. If you don't like dominating. Okay, so what his question is, in a nutshell, I tell you how to punt running back 2. I tell you to go, let's say you were to go running back here or in round 1. So let's say you had the 6th pick and you take Zeke. Okay, you take Zeke with the 6th pick. In round 2, you take Ridley. In round 3, you take this is where his question is. So my advice here is to go like CeeDee Lamb, or to go with, if you get so lucky and this pick's high enough, you can get an A.J. Brown, a Ridley, a DK type of player. But you're going to punt potentially running back 2. You could go Josh Allen here, or you could try and get Josh Allen in round 4. Sometimes he falls to 4, sometimes he doesn't. It just depends. But his question is, at what point do I abandon the strategy? Because I talk about abandoning it, and that sometimes you've got to abandon your plan of attack because you're going best player available. So punting running back 2 only works if best player available is activated. Okay? If you've activated best player available in your mind and you're trying to implement this, but best player available is J.K. Dobbins, you abandon the strategy. So yes, you are correct. JK, I abandoned the strategy for, and I draft him in the 3rd round. CeeDee Lamb is a receiver, but I'm just throwing him out as the guy I'm looking for there. CEH, yes, I abandoned the wide receiver in rounds 2 and 3 approach when Clyde is sitting there in round 3. I don't do it for Carson. I don't do it for Sanders or Jacobs. Those guys I'm not even drafting in round 4, bro. So no Sanders, no Jacobs. Monty, not really. I think that's probably it. The other person is Josh Allen. Other than that, I'm going Lamb. If these 3 aren't there. I can't really think of a player that's going to fall, especially a running back, that I feel like is worth taking at round 3 level. You know what I mean? So no, it's tough. So when you come out of this draft, if you have, let's say, Lamb, let's put Lamb here. You get lamb chops right here. Lammy boy. Round 4, if you're lucky, you get Josh Allen. It happens. This is how you punt running back 2. You can attack running back 2 here, or you can wait until round 5 to attack running back 2. You can go Javonte Williams here, and then you platoon a whole bunch of guys like Michael Carter and such, which we're going to talk about in a second because Michael Carter's in the news too with some running back by committee talk. So I appreciate that super chat, Ryan. Ryan has another one, 12-man, 0.5 PPR, have the 3rd pick, going to try and punt running back 2. This is the same question. Hold on. I'm just reading the same damn question. Joel, sorry. I thought I dragged the right question. Joel, hey Smitty, PPR redraft keeper. Traded CMC, got Najee Harris, 2022 first, second, third, fourth, fifth. I'm not competitive this year. Did I get enough? Probably could have maybe got a tad more, but I don't know. I mean, it depends where that first rounder is. You know what I mean? If it's going to be the 1.1 or 1.2 or 1.3, I think you did get enough. I think Najee Harris will be worth more than Christian McCaffrey in like 2 years or something like that. Maybe less, maybe a little bit more. Who knows? We don't know what McCaffrey's got in store. I think it's time to worry about McCaffrey. I think after this year, we'll have conversations on the show in 2022 offseason where we're like, where do we rank him? When are we worried? The man has been overworked for quite some time. We will have the conversation next offseason. I'm not saying the conversation will go bad. I'm not saying that his health, if he's like a monster in 2021, doesn't look like he's breaking down at all. I'm not saying the conversation can't go well and we won't be going like Christian McCaffrey, 2 more years. Give me at least 1 more year in 2022. 2022, 1 more year. I don't know that I'll be saying 2022 and 2023. I think we'll be doing a play it by ear. year by year after this season. Like, I can't envision myself walking into a 2022 piece of content next offseason, or even at the end of this year, like in December, when we're doing mock drafts for 2022. I can't envision in a dynasty being like Christian McCaffrey, locked and loaded at my 1.1. It might be Najee Harris. We might be talking Najee Harris at 1.1 heading into 2022 dynasty drafts. So this is the kind of trade, Joe, that might look like it's hard to take for 2021, but you're not built for the now. You were smart in trying to prepare for the future and sell high. You sold high. Like, I just don't know if you could have sold higher, maybe, but it's a good move. I mean, a 1, 2, 3, a 1, 2, 4, 5, especially if it's a good pick. I like it. I just think we'll be having questions about McCaffrey in 2022 moving forward. Dak Prescott, this is great news. Dak is no longer on a pitch count. People are worried about Dak and his shoulder, and he didn't hurt like the shoulder here. It's more like the wing part, and that's concerning because you can definitely like stress that out and cause a long-term issue. But he's been thrown on the sidelines. He looks fine. He's a warrior. I think this offense is going to be fire in 2021. And I think that Dak Prescott's going to feed CeeDee Lamb. Let's hope for CeeDee Lamb and Zeke Elliott's case that Dak stays healthy. I think we're looking at a big, big year for these Cowboys. And whether they go deep into the playoffs or not, they will make the playoffs. They, in my opinion, they will score a ton. They're going to win 10-plus games. Don't at me in the comments because we have an extra game. Winning 10 games isn't the same as winning 10 games in the past. And this team will outscore its opponent at least 10 times in 2021. And they're going to throw the ball a ton. They're going to be monsters in fantasy football across the board. Even Cooper's going to do well as long as he's healthy. He's looking like he's more healthy. I'm getting a little more excited that he's ready to rumble. But holy crap. Holy crap. I mean, Lamb, Zeke, cuff him to Pollard. This offense is going to be off the hook. I can't wait. So that's good news. Darrell Henderson, there's some news on Darrell Henderson here. McVay, you can't trust anything he says. I've said that from the beginning of this. I told you how much I want Darrell Henderson to prove me right from years past when I said he was going to have a big year, break out, be a great fantasy football running back. He was the best running back in college football history in yards per attempt coming into that draft. I mean, it was like 7.2 or 7.3 yards per carry or attempt. It was crazy. So, as much as I want to believe that McVay is going to use him, the problem always is we can't trust McVay. The problem always is this man says one thing, does another, okay? But the one thing we do know is that when he gets a new incoming player, and I talked about this a little bit already on the show, he gets a new incoming player, whether it's via draft, okay, whether it's drafting Akers, who he didn't use until the end of the year, and he got hurt, 3 different injuries, Akers, which is why he was injury prone, and everyone keeps screaming at me about that one. He didn't use Hendy. Moving up, drafting both running backs high, didn't use him as rookies. So, I don't know, I mean, he's a veteran, Sony Michel, but what makes anybody think that McVay's just going to be like, yeah, let's give a lot of work to the new guy? McVay doesn't do that at the running back position, so I think the job is still Henderson's to lose. He's definitely in the driver's seat, but Hendy's got to stay healthy. And I worry that he's not going to stay healthy. But at least let's have him ball out for a while before he gets banged up. And maybe he protects himself into a good role no matter what. So when he comes back from injury, he still can ball. Mike wants to know if it's Stevenson season. I like Stevenson. I think with Michel leaving, great opportunity for Stevenson because I don't know if Harris is going to hold up. So I do love Stevenson at the right value. I'm drafting him at the end of my drafts, and I love it. Darrell Henderson is still going to be have a very big role according to McVay, so take that however you want. iSong, thank you for the super chat. I see that you messaged me, iSong. I'm going to get back with you. Make sure you're good to go for the league. Thoughts on zero running back strategy if I draft Diggs, Hopkins, Lamb, Evans, Chenault, Judy, and have Javonte Williams as my running back run one? Too much risk. I'm at the 1.1. Not too much risk, but I'll say that I don't mind that approach. But you may be doing it overboard. So, for example, you have Diggs, Hopkins. You got Diggs, Hopkins, Lamb. I think this is where you don't have to go wide receiver again. Like maybe that's where you're going Javonte Williams here, but probably not. I'm thinking you're going Evans here. So this is where if like let's say Josh Allen is there, I think I'm happy enough getting the 3 wide receivers that I don't need to force it on the third. So if Josh Allen's there, if a certain running back is there, I would definitely go in that direction. I don't mind that. That team does look good, especially if you can start 4 wide receivers. If you can't start 4 wide receivers, the answer is no. But if you can start 4 wide receivers, it's still pretty good. Good question though, and I could see it. I could see it working. I don't hate that. But I definitely wouldn't force the 4th wide receiver is what I'm trying to tell you. I like Evans, though. I disagree with some of the comments. I think Evans at the right value is good. Hey, Captain Spock, are you good? Is Captain Spock one of the names I yelled off? You need to send me a message, Captain. Yes, Captain Spock, DM me on Discord right now, bro. Okay, we need to make sure your spot in the league is good to go. DM me on Discord, or you could IG, but send me it on Discord, preferably. Kenny says, forgot it was live day. We'll have to watch the rest. Yeah, I went on a rant earlier on, Kenny, so you gotta rewatch. Michael Carter. So this isn't great news. I always tell you guys to take things with a grain of salt, either direction. So I'm not going to pretend that this is amazing news. Like if we heard the Jets come out and say, Michael Carter's our guy, I'd be out here pumping that news. So I got to be honest and say, I can't just ignore the bad stuff either. There is some worry that there'll be a committee in New York because there's some tendencies on the coaching staff's behalf to be like, hey, we want to rotate a grip of running backs. The thing I think, though, is at the ADP, I'm not concerned. At the ADP, I feel like, 114 of you in here, hit the thumbs up, please. Let's get that number up. If we can get 100 thumbs up, that'll be awesome. If we get 100 thumbs up, we'll do a mock draft at the end. How's that? I tend to think that talent's going to win out big time in this because the surrounding competition is nothing to swoon over. Like, this is Michael Carter's team. And I believe that he and Zach Wilson will mature together. A lot of rookies do. They acquired him for a reason. They didn't just take him to be a committee guy, I think, in their mind. They're going to maybe roll with a committee. But this is not, here's what I want to be cautious with this stuff is like, even if I saw this report, I'm being completely honest here. Even if I saw this report, I get excited about it if it says the reverse. If it was like, the running back stable will be led by Carter in a one-man show, I would say cool, but this is coming from The Athletic. I'm not saying The Athletic doesn't report well or something like that, but this is coming from The Athletic, not the team. The Athletic writer expects the Jets to deploy a 3-headed monster. Most everyone today that's DM'd me about it, everybody that has sent me a DM about it, didn't read that part. They saw deploy running back by committee, and they're not reading that anybody could write this. Look, watch. Let me show you something. No offense to Connor, but I've been doing this as long as anybody. I hold some weight when I write something, okay? So watch this. Smitty from the Fantasy Football Show expects Michael Carter to be the running back 1 by far by week 6. I just wrote that. I just made news. I just created something right then and there. I expect that. Connor expects that. I expect this. There's no real difference here. He doesn't have an edge on me in terms of predicting things like this. Reporters and writers, they have some good instinct about some stuff. They're on the ground level. But to suggest that there'll be a three-headed attack at running back all year, which is the way a lot of people are taking this, you don't know that. You don't know what Michael Carter is going to bring. My belief in Michael Carter's talent is going to be different than his. And so I'm making news too. You know, his news versus my news. Which one you want to believe? So, like I said from the beginning, I would have loved if this was in the positive direction. But Smitty from Fantasy Football believes Mike Evans is a top. What's Garrett saying? Smitty from the Fantasy Football believes Mike Evans is a top 10 wide receiver. Are you just writing news? You want Mike Evans to be up there? Garrett wants to make it so. Smitty, Mike Evans isn't even going to be the best receiver on his team. What's this coming at me for? Garrett's the one that said I said it. Look, I do like Evans more than Godwin, but I like both of them. And both of them, either one could be the wide receiver one. Like, I don't know, Joshua, I don't know where you're reading my content at, but you might want to look through my lens, not Garrett's about my content. but I like Mike Evans more. I do. And I cuff him to AB, and I feel darn good about it. Okay? AB going to be the top wide receiver. I don't know about that, James. If an injury happens, that's why I like cuffing him. So that's going to do it for the news. Let me go ahead and bring this up real quick. Guys, do me a favor. And let me go ahead and save this image here and drag this onto screen. Go to smitty1.com and click on this banner, PrizePicks. Go do it. Go do it now. PrizePicks is one of the funnest ways to play DFS in 2021. Garrett with the super chat. Thank you, Garrett. I appreciate you. One of the funnest ways to play DFS. You can do some amazing. Let me try and find some right now on PrizePicks. PrizePicks.com. There are some over-unders that are so freaking legit. Let's see if I can log in here. Okay. Look at these. Let's go over these. These are fun. I love doing, like, this is one of my favorite things right now. I get that I'm partnered with these guys, and a lot of you think, oh, Smitty's just promoting these guys because he's got an affiliation with them. No, this is fun. I have so much fun with this because guess what? If your season tanks, you still have the ability to come out and have a fun fantasy season with some season long predictions here that you can make. So look at this right here. This is on PrizePicks. Go to smitty1.com. Click on this PrizePicks banner. You get a free phone call from me. I want the first person to DM me on Instagram right now or tell us in the chat. DM me on Instagram and take a screenshot of this, and I'll call you live on the show right now. In fact, anybody that does this right now, I'm going to call you live on the show right this very second. We're going to do a live rotation of phone calls right now. I will call you right now. Send me a screenshot of a $25 minimum deposit at PrizePicks. Then DM me the screenshot with your phone number on Instagram or on Discord. I'll call you right now during the show, right this very second. So go to smitty1.com, click on this banner. Here are some of the best plays here on PrizePicks. So you can do these like three pick contests where you grab three of these guys, right? Just super chat Smitty. You can do that too, but I want you to go and do this. Christian McCaffrey on PrizePicks, 80.5 rushing yards in week 1. How are we not doing the over on that? How does that not feel like a lock? 80.5? Go to PrizePicks. They'll match up to $100 of your first deposit. So if you deposit, let's say 25, you'll get 50. You go drop it on McCaffrey, 80.5. And if you're feeling salty or crafty or just excited, let's look at these other ones, because if you add to it, you can multiply it. You can multiply it. This is an amazing game. I love playing. I'm telling you, PrizePicks is so fun, and they've got season-long ones too, where it's like McCaffrey over a certain amount of yards. But Derrick Henry in week 1, give me the 99.5 over on that. Derrick Henry, I've said from the beginning, I question him dropping off, but not in week 1. Are you kidding me? Double up this. McCaffrey over 80.5 rushing yards. Henry over against the Cardinals, my Cardinals, 99.5 over that shot. And then you have Chubb, 88.5 over that too. And Henry and Chubb are guys I kind of stay away from long term in 2021 at their ADP, and I'm still telling you that they're going to crush these. They're going to go way over these yardage totals. So then what you do is you take all 3 of these on one contest, and you click the multiplier that makes it so you have to get all 3 right, and you can turn, I believe, $20 into $100. So every $20 you drop, you turn it into $100. So 5 times multiplier. So if you were to if you were to go in and put $100, if you put a $50 or $50 down on your initial deposit, they'll match that, so they'll give you $100. You could turn $100 into $500 if you landed this. So McCaffrey over, Henry over, Chubb over. Click the multiplier, which means all 3 have to be correct. And you can even do an additional like layoff type of thing where you do just McCaffrey over $20, just Henry over $20, just Nick Chubb over $20, and then do one whole thing, McCaffrey, Henry, Chubb over all of them, have to get all of them right, and then that's a 5 times multiplier. That's a fun way to do it, because how many times do you do one of those where one of the picks you have doesn't work out? But if you do them separately as well, and you hit all of it, you're gonna be pretty happy at the end of that. So go to PrizePicks now, and I will call you up right now. Anybody, you can turn 100 into 0, says Joshua. That's true. Let's see here. Let me check my DMs. Devo messaged me. Am I supposed to message you? Yeah, Devo, I got your message here. What's up, Thailand? What's going on? Super chat. Sorry, bro. I just saw that. Hey, bro, I figured it out, but should I trade J-Rob Cup for Pitts, A-Rob, Madison? My tight end is Everett, and my backup flex is Damian Harris. You've got Henry Clyde as your running back 1 and 2. Should you trade J-Rob and Cup for Pitts and A-Rob? Oh. Probably, if it's redraft, probably not. I don't know. That's like one of those, like, Thailand, I don't mean to like dance around. Guys, what do you think Thailand should do on that? Would you rather have J-Rob and Cup or Pitts and A-Rob? I think J-Rob and Cup, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I kind of lean J-Rob and Cup, but I want to know what you guys think. That's one of those where it's like, bro, either way, it's like you're getting one thing, but then you're kicking yourself in the nads at the other side of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of one of those, I don't feel like it does anything for you. It like hurts you in one way, helps you in another way, versus keeping value in one place and not having as much of it in another place. So J-Rob and Cup, W says J-Rob and Cup, says Garrett. J-Rob and Cup says ZL. So there you go. I think we're all in agreement. You should J-Rob and Cup side. Okay, so before we move on to Fantasy Court, I want you guys to, for the sake of the show, this does help the show out a ton. Oh, we got Deshaun Watson news. I forgot that was right there. We'll do that, and then we'll go to Fantasy Court. But go to smitty1.com. and use promo code Smitty. If you wander over to PrizePicks without going to the link, use promo code Smitty. You have to use promo code Smitty. You get a free phone call from me if you do. And please, obviously be responsible. But, this is fun. $20. Not, especially the ones on the year. Like if we go to the year-long contest, like let me see here. Let's see. Where's the season-long ones? NFL. You can do fantasy score too. NFL. I don't know if they took that one down or what, but they have season long ones as well. I don't know if they've closed those or you just have to look around on the site. But there's so many fun over unders that I love. So go to PrizePicks, use promo code Smitty, and you can find the link that enters the promo code for you just by clicking on the link. And actually, let me drop the link in the chat. What am I doing? So is anybody going to do that right now? Anybody want to get on the show? All you got to do is screenshot me that. Let me drop this in the chat. PrizePicks. Pin that bad boy. If we get 100 thumbs up, we're going to mock draft. We have 87. We just need 13 thumbs up, and we're going to mock draft at the end of Fantasy Football Court. Okay, so PrizePicks. Do it. Smitty. Use code Smitty. Put it all on Kamara over at 65.5. That's fantastic. Where's my PrizePicks banner? Where's my PrizePicks banner? Let me put it back up. Yeah. Go Spock's right. 65.5 yards. Are you out of your mind? 65.5 yards? Where's that at? Holy crap. It was on my screen. I didn't even see it yet because I was raving about the other ones. Good call. If I had to drop a 3-player contest, I would say, take Chubb out. Go McCaffrey 80.5, Henry 99.5 over against the Cardinals, 65.5 Kamara. Or just do the CMC and Kamara one. You could do a two-player contest with them both on the same 80.5 and 65.5. Kamara and CMC are locks for that if they feel like it. I mean, no one's a lock, but I feel like a lock. PrizePicks. Good call, Spock. And Spock, make sure you DM me. I'm going to look for your DM, bro. Where's my fireplace? All right, let's get on to Fantasy Football Court. Everyone, drop your question. You know what time it is.
It's time for Fantasy Football. Court!
Master Yoda, you do have to get them all right if you select the multiplier. You don't have to select that, though. You are correct, my friend. All right, hit me with the questions. Court is in session. Your Honorable Smitty presiding. Auction draft strategy. We're not doing auction today, big fella. Okay, let's go. Court is in session. First question. Fire them off. Let's roll. Barkley or Taylor at 1.1. No Adams. Master Yoda says that's not. You're just answering somebody else's question. Kittle or A-Rob? Kittle for me. I like A-Rob. I admit I disrespect A-Rob more than I should, but I feel like Kittle is just a safer pick for me. I'd rather go with a different wide receiver in 2021 at the cost. I know that sounds crazy. Everyone loves A-Rob. I admit that I undervalue him. I just would rather have a Keenan Allen. I'd rather have a CeeDee Lamb. I feel like that's what we're talking about with that draft slot. Give me CeeDee Lamb over A-Rob, but that's me in 2021. Next question from W. Let me turn this music. I can't even hear my own. There we go. Next question from W. Who do you draft first, Tyreek or Adams? Give me Adams, then give me Diggs, then give me Hill. Chew on that, broski. What's up, 50? Appreciate you being here, my friend. 50's in the house. If you're in a door league, 50, DM me on Discord. Anybody wants in the door league, drop a $20 super chat. I'll get you in the league. It's going to be a fun league. You're missing out. Harris, Barkley, or Taylor. I ain't even playing. Give me Harris. Then Taylor and Barkley, I'm kind of neck and neck on at the top of round 2, or even a couple picks, below Harris and Gibson, obviously. So I would say give me Harris. Give me Harris, then maybe even Taylor right now until I know more about Barkley. It's not crazy to be cautious with a player coming back from ACL tear. It's not. It's not crazy at all. Spock has a question. Fant or Higbee for 10-team redraft 0.5 PPR. Honestly, I go back and forth on this one. I love Higbee. I love the fact that Stafford turned TJ Hawkness monster into the TJ Hawkinator. This could be Higbee, could be the next one, the next guy that this guy transforms into a good tight end. I think I probably roll with Fant, but I want both. I like both, and for the value, Higbee falls a little later, so I end up liking Higbee more. But if they're at the same draft slot, give me Fant. But if you're talking about draft value, I maybe go Higbee. A.J. Brown, Keenan Allen, or CeeDee Lamb. Give me A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Keenan Allen. Enough said. Enough said. Hey, Smitty. Am I reaching at 9 in a 12-man league to grab Najee or Gibson? No. I go back and forth on this. I did create a video. Or it was another Tuesday, Thursday show where I did say we need to stop pushing Najee too high. And a lot of that sprung off the Castro release. I'm okay with this if you feel the wide receiver you're going to get in round 2 is going to be similar to the wide receiver you're going to get at 9 anyway. Example. So here's my example where I'm okay with Najee at 9. If you think you can get Diggs with your second round pick still, then I would go Najee and Diggs. If not, Najee, Gibson, or Clyde most likely will fall to your second round pick, and going Diggs or Allen, if he had fallen, probably won't fall to 9. I really like Najee right now. I'm okay with reaching if you feel like in the end you could get the same team. So you got to kind of make that determination yourself. If you can get Diggs, even Najee and DK, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with to ensure you get the guy you want for your running back 1. I'll Smitty approve it. Even though I feel like we got to be careful with it. I don't want to drive, most importantly, I don't want to drive Najee's ADP too high, because we do that. But I'm going to be okay with this one. Smitty approves. Which is definitely, I'm going a little bit back and forth on where to draft Najee. I'm admitting it. Eckler or Hopkins? Give me Hopkins. Hey, Smitty, what's your favorite spot besides 1.1? There isn't. I just don't have an answer, bro, because the 1.1 is so dominant. But 1.2, then 1.3, then 1.4. Why? Because it drives that third round pick up. As tight as you can get the third round pick, the more likely you won't fall victim to the cutoff in talent, because there are players at 3.1, 3.2, sometimes 3.3 that are as good as the player at 1.11. So the answer is as high and tight as you can get the third rounder. Otherwise, the drop-off's going to hit you. This third round is so key. The cutoff is real. It's right at like 3.2, 3.3. JK, Lamb, AJ Brown, Ridley, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, cutoff. Okay? The cutoff is hardcore. And I put Josh Allen maybe in there. So it could be like 3.4, 3.3. It just depends on your draft. Depends on if anybody gets sniped. Depends on if people are drafting, you know, guys that you like, or if you're literally just hitting home runs at every pick. Taylor or Kelsey? Give me Kelsey. And that's probably one of the first times you've heard me say that over a player, because I tend to go the next Hawkinson, the next, Waller. That's my plan of attack. Do I trade Higbee for Fant in Dynasty? Probably in Dynasty. Who would you take Waller over when it comes to receivers in the area Waller is being drafted in? Who would I take Waller over? Honestly, man, he's kind of below Lamb and J.K. and Clyde, so he's right at where the cutoff happens, and that's where Kittle and Waller live. So anybody that doesn't have that potential inside the cutoff, before the cutoff that I talk about all the time, the top 8 wide receivers from A.J. Brown on up, from wherever you rank those guys, DK, A.J. Brown, Lamb, those are the tail end. I even put Keenan Allen slightly outside of that top 8. So I think I waver on Waller, Keenan Allen, like about that range. But every wide receiver above Keenan Allen, all 1 through 8, they're all above Waller. They're all above Kittle. Derek says, you're my boy, Blue. No, Derek, you're my boy, Blue. Carson or J-Rob? Pretty even Steven, bro. I'd probably lean J-Rob. No, I don't know. I go back and forth. Chat, answer Spacula's question. Carson or J-Rob? Drop it. We'll let the chat decide this one. It's very close. I think Carson, he's ripped. He's ready to go. J-Rob, I worry about Urban Meyer. Does anybody else feel like the Urban Meyer experiment could end very abruptly? I kind of getting that feeling. There's some buzz going on right now about players not being happy, and I just don't know how I feel about Urban Meyer. I can't shake the fact that Urban Meyer loved Tebow, and thought this could work, and got him in a game to try him out to see if we want to cut him or not. The Tebow experiment was weird. It made me uncomfortable with his talent evaluation. Two more thumbs up for 100, guys. One more thumb up and we're mock drafting at the end of this bad boy. Hey, Smitty, where's the earliest you take DK? Because I love him this year. I don't know, 13 or 14. I don't mind taking him that high, bro. He could be your top of the second. He could be your second drafted player anywhere in the second round, and I wouldn't call you absolutely crazy at all. 90% opportunity share for J-Rob last year, highest in the league. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Master Yoda just convinced me. I just worry a little bit. Broski. 106 thumbs up. We're mock drafting after this, folks. We're mock drafting. You guys are like, the call to action with you guys is amazing. Can we try something now? Go drop a, let's see. Can I get a, let me see if I can do this. Apple Podcast. I'm going to drop a link. I'm going to see how many of you can do a review. Let's see how awesome you guys are stepping up for Senior Smitty. Okay? I'm going to give you my show link, and I want you guys to give it a full star review. The calls to action on here are amazing. I ask you guys to go help, and you do. And I can't thank you enough. So I'm going to ask for one more thing. Copy link. Paste it in. Please give your man Smitty. Oh, that's the wrong link. Hold on. Copy link. What am I doing here? My computer's like freezing here. I'm going to drop my link here. Why are you frozen? Never mind. Never mind. Can I get it on my phone? We'll be mock drafting here in about, I would say, 10 minutes. We'll mock draft in 10 minutes. Apple Podcasts. Go to my show. Right in front of your face. Share. Copy link. Okay, let's see if I can do this again. Here we go. If you guys would be so kind, go to this link right here. I'm going to pin it below. Replace pin link. And give your man Smitty a 5-star review, a full star review. I believe right now there are 55 Apple Podcast reviews. Stop talking! I think there's 55 reviews, so let's see how many reviews we can get. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome with your calls to action. Okay. Court, where's my mallet? Carlos Hyde worries me. Everybody should worry you, fantasy dad. Look at that. John, you tell me when you've done a 5-star review and I'm going to put you up here. Let's see how many people we can collect. There's John. I'm going to leave John in the corner. Let's see if we can cover the whole screen. So far, John is the first. 5-star review. Boom. When is the next draft content? Austin, in about 10 to 15 minutes, we're doing a mock draft, baby. That's the next draft content. So hang out and get ready. So we got John McSween. Hey Smitty, J-Rob or Mike Evans in a keeper league. Give me Mike Evans because you still got ETN coming back. We don't know what's going on. Let's see if we can fill up this whole screen. Smooth Criminal, 5-star, boom. ZL, 5-star, boom. Atta boys. Standard rank, Gibby, Najee, JT. Gimme Harris. Then give me Gibby. I go back and forth on that. I'm just being honest. I've said Gibby a couple times, last week. Right now I'm feeling Harris. I'm just feeling Harris. Then Gibby. Then JT. Dr. Dom. Dr. Dom's the man. I still got to DM you, Dr. Dom. Dr. Dom is the man. How do you 5-star it on mobile? I don't know. Scroll to the bottom, maybe, Specula. Smitty got the 1.6 at a 14 team. $1.6 in a 14 team PPR. Is Chubb or Adams too early? No, Adams is not. Chubb, I'm not taking that high, but that's me. Trust your gut. I just don't like Chubb this year at his ADP. I just fear injury. I fear Kareem Hunt. I fear maybe regression for the Browns offense. I don't know what it is. Call some of it gut instinct, bro. Oh, Dom, your question. I'm sorry. Would you feel comfortable on drafting late QB and going with Big Ben and Jameis Winston in a 2 QB league? Probably not, Dr. Dom. Probably not. I don't think I like that. I like to have at least one quarterback that's a little bit more solid than that, broski. Garrett says having trouble finding the 5-star. So I think on mobile, why do I keep speaking? Stop speaking! Go to show. Go to show and scroll to the bottom. Go to the show. If you're seeing an episode or something, you can click the double dot, the triple dot thing and go to show. And then once you see that, you scroll down to the bottom or scroll down to the middle and you'll see the stars. And you can click that bad boy and drop it. Harrison just dropped a 5-star. Attaboy, Harrison. We're filling up the screen here. Herbert or Ayuk? I'm going to go Herbert. Bro, I love Herbert. Oh, and we had this Deshaun Watson news. It's still sitting there. The Athletic. Another Athletic report. Watson could be a healthy scratch during the 2021 regular season. Yep. I mean, haven't we talked about this? If he doesn't hit the exempt list, everyone keeps saying he avoided the exempt list. He didn't avoid the exempt list. He hasn't got on the exempt list yet, but he probably will because sponsors won't have it. The sponsors already kicked him, and if you think the NFL is not worried about that, they can put him in limbo, put him on the commissioner exempt list, not treat this until 2021. That's definitely possible. You can't on mobile. Are you sure, Spacula? I can, I just did. You just got to scroll down. You got to go to show. You can't be on an episode. 5-star Gene. If I missed one of you with your 5-star, just repost 5-star. I might have missed it because there's a bunch of comments coming through. How do we feel about Claypool? I like him a lot. I just have concerns about him staying healthy. Deontay is definitely talented enough to take the job, but I just fear that Big Ben won't pepper him like everyone thinks come mid-season. He might early on, though. Smooth Criminal did it on mobile. 5-star, says Spencer. We're rocking, bro. Scotty, 5-star. You guys are on, like, seriously, guys. I can't thank you enough the support you show me. It's phenomenal. Thoughts on drafting Herbert in round 4 if Allen and Kyler Murray not there? Find the wide receiver and running back not ideal. Sorry, I'm trying to... Scotty says, thoughts on drafting Herbert in round 4 if Allen and Kyler Murray are not there? In a 1 QB league, it's too early. You still got guys like... I love Herbert. You know I love Herbert. But you got A-Rod. You got Russell Wilson. You got players that I feel like Hurts who are just values. And I'd rather you still get a monster in round 4. There's still some guys that have some huge upsides. So, Scotty, I'm going to say no. Unless it's a freaking... unless it's a 2 QB or something crazy, like 6 points per TD pass, then I consider it. Have a 5-star. Do I take CMC at the 1.1? My league changed from 1 QB to 2 QB, and I'm thinking Wilson or Herbert will fall to me at 2.12. So if you think you could definitely get one of those quarterbacks, I probably would really strongly consider going Christian McCaffrey. The problem is, bro, if you watch my How to Dominate a Superflex, you can actually go to YouTube and type in How to Dominate a Superflex. My video should pop up first. It's got like some futuristic writing. That's how you know it's the right video. It's like futuristic text. It says like How to Dominate Superflex. Or just go to my channel, you'll find it. But just type that in. It will be... Let me see if I can find it real quick for you. How to Dominate Superflex. Here, this link right here. This will explain why you probably should go with Josh Allen. And Josh Allen is my number 1 quarterback in 2021.
To billionaires and corporate interests, buying elections is worth every penny.
There. That link I just posted, How to Dominate a Superflex. Watch it, bro. Watch it, okay? Give it a watch. Four-star. Thanks, Ben. Jeez, Ben. Way to go, Ben. 4-star, why waste a 1 to 2 rounder on a wide receiver if you can get a wide receiver at the end? 20 less points in rounds 4 to 6. Ben, it's all preference, bro. Ben with the 4-star. Thanks, Ben. Appreciate you, Ben. Terrier Lamb. Give me Lamb, bro. Give me Lamb all day. Ben, you're in contempt. Ben, change it to 5, Ben. Please, Ben. What are you doing to me? God. 5-star. Thank you, guy. Michael Carter or Ayuk for Swift. That's not horrible value for Swift. Like, I'm a stay away from Swift guy, but like if you could trade Carter, like who's yet to get there, sure. If anything, you could turn Swift into more just by doing some trades. So I don't mind that at all. And Ayuk's dropping a lot, so I'm a little worried about Ayuk right now. Kamara or Derrick Henry at the 4 pick. Kamara's my number 3/2. So I have Zeke Elliott and Kamara neck and neck. So easy call. 5-star. Hey, Smitty, what do you think about Ryan Tannehill in QB1 league? I don't like that. There's too many other quarterbacks. I know he scored a lot for the amount of starts he's been in. It's like astronomical stat. But I don't know that I see it. Like they're a run-heavy team. I'm just not buying into him being more valuable than about 10, 8, 9 quarterbacks in the NFL. So I'd much rather go with Herbert, much rather go with Kyler, much rather go with A-Rod, Russell Wilson. Big string of quarterbacks I like more. Spacula with a 5-star. Attaboy, broski. Good answer. Proved. Oh, Ben. Ben gave me a 5. Attaboy, Ben. Approve. Upgrade to 5-star. Attaboy. Spacula. Scotty E, 5-star. Look at that guy. Look at that beast, Scotty, right there. Edwards for Singletary. Yes, take Edwards. I don't think Singletary is going to do much for you, bro. So take Edwards. Get Brian Edwards. If there's another Callaway sitting around, one Callaway, it's probably Brian Edwards. I really like Brian Edwards. I think Brian Edwards could be potential beast. Potential beast. Clyde Edwards-Helaire and a wide receiver at the 2.9, 3.2, or 2 wide receivers. It totally depends who's there. If CEH is there, I do take him with like a DK or a Lamb or a Ridley. For sure. I'm not opposed to the wide receiver though. Like let's say you could do the punt running back 2 strategy, even punting and taking like if Ridley fell over Clyde, I'd probably take Ridley over Clyde. I'd probably take DK and Ridley over like one of them and Clyde, to be honest. I really like the double wide receiver, so I'm gonna backtrack on that and clarify. Zeke Dobbins, Zeke Dobbins, Diggs, Metcalf, a good core if everyone else sucks. Yeah. Zeke, Dobbins, Diggs, and Metcalf. Like, how could you even get that team, ZL? That's amazing, bro. Curtis Samuel or Robbie Anderson. Probably Robbie Anderson because Curtis Samuel's banged up right now. And thank you for the 5-star. Let's set you right there. We're filling up the screen with 5 stars. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate Ben coming through in the clutch. DK or Clyde at the end of round 2. DK. But it depends on your situation. I could go with either one. I like both. All right, we're almost to mock draft time. Last playthrough of this song. Thank you all for the 5-star reviews. You guys truly rock. I believe we had 55, so let's refresh. I don't know if they all refresh yet. I think they're coming through. They're delayed on posting them. So I appreciate everybody dropping a 5-star. Last playthrough of the song. Get your question in. Fantasy Court is ending. We're doing a mock draft. 5 stars always, says Antong. Thank you for the 5-star review. Guys, the link is pinned if you haven't actually voted, though. I don't need you to just say 5-star. you got to go there and drop the 5-star. If one of the top 8 wide receiver busts, who do you think it will be? Oh, I hate this question. I worry enough about AJ Brown's knees and the addition of Julio. I just saying. You know what I'm saying, bro? Garrett with the 5-star. Garrett with the 5-star. Rank Najee, Gibson, Eckler, Give me Najee, give me Gibson, then give me Eckler in that order. Let me hear a take a lap, says Joshua. Okay, boy. I got you. I got you, bro.
Take a lap.
Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap. Take a lap.
All right. It's time to mock draft. I appreciate all the 5 stars. Now I got to get rid of this on my screen. The screen is loaded up. Yeah, A.J. Brown just worries me a little. Like, I'm not calling him a bust. You just asked me pick one, and A.J. Brown worries me the most of the top 8 wide receivers. His knees, the surgery that he had, and, you know, just plain and simple, just worry a little bit about A.J. Brown more than most. Okay, so let's go ahead and... I'll take the 12 pick. Here we go. Link is dropping. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mock draft time. Let's roll. We'll do one 10-second and then one normal. That way you guys have a chance of getting in. These 10 seconds go quick. They go quick. McCaffrey. These 10 seconds are so stressful. They're so stressful. Oh, man. I figure if we do 10 second, we can do another one after that. So that's why I did this. McCaffrey, Cook, Kamara, Diggs, Henry. You guys are good. No one's timed out yet. Elliott. Yeah, Diggs is a little early. Elliott, Hill, Aaron Jones, Devontae, Prime. Noah. Okay, so I'm going to go Harris and Gibson. Let's try the running back from the 12 spot. What do you guys think of that so far? Harris, Gibson. It's an interesting 1.12, 2.1 bookend draft approach. Chubb went 2.2. Eckler went 2.3. Metcalf went 2.4. Kelsey goes 2.5. Umberger! I didn't even see Umberger. He's in it. Umberger. Everybody give Umberger a round of applause. Umberger. I like seeing Umberger up in this mug. Where have you been, all chat, bro? Have I missed your comments? Umberger in the house. I like the Harris Gibson, guys, from the 12 spot. It's very nice. Why haven't we been doing that? Why are we not promoting that? That needs to be maybe the next video. Let's see how it works out, how it shakes out. But that's a really, really good start. I'm really liking it. Where did Ridley fall to? Ridley's 2.7. He falls there sometimes. That's not completely unusual. 101 of you still in here. We've been bouncing between 100 and 120 all night or all evening. Hit the thumbs up, please. Okay, I gotta start pre-ranking so I don't time out here. Oh, man. Is this crazy? That feels a little weird, but those are two darn good wide receivers. It just sucks they're on the same team. But those are two darn good wide receivers to have. I like that team, though. Dobbins and Jefferson in the second. What's wrong with Jefferson in the second, bro? Like, hold on, James. What's wrong with Jefferson in the second? Are you kidding me? Really? Yeah, I contemplated Cooper. I did contemplate Cooper, I won't lie. We're not timing out. We could probably roll another 10 seconds. You guys are doing really well. Scott went on auto, though. Why did Scott go on auto? His team's really good. Kamara, JK, Mahomes, Pitts. I mean, without wide receivers, it still looks really solid. Ryan timed out. Javonte Williams, Jackson, Lamb, AJ Brown, McCaffrey. That's probably the best team so far. It's again hard to screw this one spot up, but you definitely didn't screw it up, Ryan. You did good. McCaffrey, AJ Brown, Lamb. It's really good. Justin Jefferson, third wide receiver. Justin Jefferson's a steal anywhere in the late second. Noah says Justin Jefferson isn't top 5. Patrick, I'm here to tell you, Jefferson is top 5. He could be the number 1 wide receiver in fantasy football in 2021. So let's get rid of that and let's get this. Yeah, buddy. I agree, Patrick. Mark, can I get the 9th pick in the next mock? First of all, Mark, I can't hand you the 9th pick, bro. People jump in and just grab spots. Number 2, you're going to have to grab it, unfortunately, because there's no way to get you the link, bro, in enough time, because the link drops in the chat, you know what I mean? Like, I can't assign it to you. But I appreciate the super chat, and if you DM me, maybe I'll get you a spot in the next one via like Instagram or something. Okay, so real quickly, let's go over the teams. Best team in the draft: McCaffrey, A.J. Brown, C.D. Lamb, Javonte Williams, Lamar Jackson, Noah Fant. That's solid. Cook, Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Hunt, Herbert. I like that. I don't know that it's top 3, though. Kamara, Dobbins, Mahomes, Pitts, Chase, Claypool. Honestly, as bad as the wide receivers kind of look or feel, it's still one of the best teams. It's like top 5. Diggs, Jefferson, Waller, Murray, auto-timed on Dak, I guess. I don't know what happened there. Did you time out or what happened there? Because you were on fire. Diggs, Jefferson, Waller, Murray, but just no running backs. That team went from potentially being one of the more crafty ones. I liked it early on to, busting because you didn't have running backs. Tex, Henry, Edwards, Allaire, Kittle, Moore. I don't know if I love the wide receivers, but I like the beginning of it. Elliott, Ridley, Allen, Woods, Hawkins, and Sermon. That could be solid, especially if you platoon this properly. Browns, I like it. Umberger went on auto. Umberger, where'd you go? Umberger's MIA already. What in the heck, Umberger? Hill, Mixon, Jacobs, Sanders, Aaron Jones, Kelsey, McLaurin, Carson, Adams, Metcalf, Monty, J-Rob. That's interesting build. Not a bad team. Prime, Taylor, Eckler, A-Rob, Cup. Not bad. Barkley, Chubb, Swift. See, I just don't love the stacking of the running backs. And then, I don't know. It's not bad, though. It's not horrible, Noah. Harris, Gibson, Evans, Godwin, Gaskin, Rodgers. I think it's top 5. I like it. I like it. New mock draft. I'm going to grab the 11 spot this time. Copy link. I'll try and send it to you here, Mark. Hold on. All right, hurry, Mark. Hurry. Have I ever said my team's not top 5? Yes. I think a lot of you have been in here when I've said, I hate that team. Garbage team, or I auto draft and it's not top. Absolutely. All the time, bro. That happens a ton. I know it doesn't seem like it to you. Okay, I almost started the draft. Here goes the link. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. I love Tommy with this comment, though. Have you ever thought your team isn't top 5? Honestly, Tommy, let me ask you a question, because as funny as this question is, don't all of us feel like our team is top 5? Like, who walks out on the regular? Like, it happens. Like, you try a new strategy in a mock. That's what mock drafting's for, right? And you go, I didn't like that. I'm not going to do that in my draft. But what kind of person walks out of a draft that doesn't say my team's top 5? Like, don't you feel like you nail it every time, bro? I mean, that's why you picked who you picked. What's up? What's up, Twitch? It's so funny. Yeah, I'm going to draft for the 11 spot. All right, here we go. We're going to stick to 10 seconds. McCaffrey, Cook. Browns fans on the clock. Not when my first 2 wide receivers are on the same team, says Tommy. Okay, Tommy. I still appreciate you, Tommy. Start another one, Smitty. Landon, I'll try. Why did Browns fan already go on auto? Just from one timeout, does it do that? Turn your auto off, bro. If you go on auto, you got to turn it off. Tex 180's winning the draft. he says, off his first pick. His first pick, which is a little early in Aaron Jones. Let's try Clyde. It's a little high. A little high, but I want to go running back. I want to try wide receiver, running back, instead of running back, and wide receiver. So I'm forcing Clyde there a little bit early, but I want to try wide receiver, running back. That's got to be text. This has got to be text. This comment has to be... Actually, this has to be text on his burner. Because these comments just don't make sense. I'm sorry, bro. These comments don't make sense. Tex is winning the draft right after his Aaron Jones 1.8 pick, which is fine. I'm not against the 1.8 pick Aaron Jones. It's a little early for me. But to be like, Tex is winning the draft. Jones is the best running back in the league. He's not. And then amazing. Amazing draft. Aaron Jones, amazing draft. Like right after his Aaron Jones pick. That's great. If that's not Texas burner, I don't know what is. What's up? PAFAS reporting for duty. Attaboy. So glad to see you here, my man. So glad to see you here. Silver knows what I'm talking about. I'm not Tex. It's just odd. It seems like I love you, bro. Don't take that the wrong way. I just I've just never seen that after an Aaron Jones pick at 1.8. Amazing. Best draft I've seen all year after one pick. I gotta get ready. I'm gonna time out. You know I'm gonna time out with this small timer. This spot's so hard. This spot is so hard. It's way too early. I like timed out, but I just grabbed him. I just punched it. This is really, really hard. This pick is very difficult. Still feel pretty good about that team, though. This has to be Tex. I'm astonished. This is the best draft I've seen. Like, Tex, I'm not laughing at your team. I'm just laughing at the love for your squad right out of the gate. Aaron Jones, this is amazing. This draft is amazing. I like it. It's a solid build. It's a solid build, Tex. It's probably not the best team I've ever seen, though. I'm gonna disagree with our Twitch representation. How do I even say your username? Come here now, Beach 89. Computer off. This is funny. He's our Twitch representation. We love you, bro. Appreciate you being here. You're the man. Really appreciate you representing Twitch land. Smitty in a full roast mode. I'm not roasting. I just think it's funny. It's just hilarious. He's just the astonished part. This has got to be him. It's got to be Tex. These comments they totally coincide with a burner account. Oh, God, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, man, what do I do? What do I do? This timer is super fast. Tex says from Twitch, I'm admiring this team. Tex is a genius. Unstoppable. Yeah. That ain't the burner. That ain't the burner, bro. Yo, where's one Callaway? Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be a great 7th rounder. We have him in mock drafting deep. But Landon, it's a great question. Trade D-Hop for Harris in a keeper league. Yeah, take Harris, bro. Of course. McCaffrey, Mixon, Dobbins, Andrews, Jackson, Juju. No, Chef, you can't punt wide receiver entirely from this draft slot. First of all, this draft slot gives you the best wide receiver options you'll ever see in your entire life. So to pass on the wide receiver opportunities here, granted you got sniped pretty good, but Lamb was still there. You could have went Keenan Allen. I guess you only had 2 wide receiver options. That's crazy. You got sniped like hell. I didn't even see that. My bad. But I wouldn't have gone Mixon. Mixon's gonna disappoint at 2.12. Terrible pick with the Higgins. Not impressed, says Tex. Yeah, I don't like the way this came out. And maybe you feel the same way, Chef. You're probably just trying something out. That's why we mock draft. Bro. Cook, Mahomes a tad early, Dylan, but it's okay. Cook, Mahomes, Kittle, Thielen, Lockett, Edmonds. Not bad. Not top 3, bro. Kamara, AJ Brown, Waller. Oh, man, if you would have went Javonte got taken. Maybe Gaskin or Hunt is better than Sanders, though, man. Like, this team's very, very solid, though. I would have gone a different direction there, but that's it. You did good. The rest of the picks were solid. Henry, Kelsey, Lamb, Kupp, Gaskin, Carter. That's a very, very good team. Scott, Elliott, Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Javonte Williams, Herbert, Judy. Top 4. Easy. Adams, Hopkins, Jacobs, I don't like. You said you got autoed. Godwin, Pitts, Aaron Rodgers. I like the rest of your picks, though. Here's the triple running back, triple wide receiver. We see that every time, no matter what. Doesn't matter where these guys fall. That's what you do, Noah. Aaron Jones, Eckler, McLaurin, Woods, Prescott, Higgins, Hill, Chubb, Allen, Carson, Gibson, Ridley, J-Rob, Cooper, Hunt, Diggs, Edwards-Helaire, Kyler, Evans, Mike Davis, Henderson. I do like it. I don't know where I rank. It's so the 10 and 12 and 11. Those spots are really hard. Harris, Metcalf, Monty, A-Rob, Hawkinson, Ayuk. Very even across the board. I think the best team by far was probably... I mean, I like this team a lot. I love this team. And I like this team. Probably these teams right here. Last one. Copy link. Drop it in chat. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Last one to close out the show. Yeah, we'll be doing best ball. Hang tight for me on that. All right, here we go. Boom. Now I can guarantee you. Who was that was saying that earlier? I forget who it was. Whoever was saying that I always like my team. I can guarantee you I'm gonna like my team as a top 3 team in this draft. Because I got the 1.1. Such a huge advantage. Totally huge. Huge advantage. What's my take on the Rams acquisition? You keep missing it. Sorry, Landon. I apologize, my broski. I apologize, my broski. Trey Lance and Jimmy G alternated reps with the first team offense on Wednesday and Thursday. I don't know why I get a lot of hate for my prediction that Trey Lance could still start week 1. Everyone just tells me, let it go, Smitty. Let it go. No, I'm not going to let it go because I feel differently than you do about it. I'm not going to let it go because anybody tells me to let it go. I actually have an opinion. I actually have an opinion on the matter. Okay, so A.J. Brown and J.K. Dobbins. I like that squad. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't answer the question. What was the question? Kyle says, what's your take on the Rams acquisition of Michel? You mean Michel? Bro? Sony Michel. Michel! I don't know if it's your autocorrect. I don't think Michel's going to get in there anytime soon. I think that McVay, as I talked about this already, but McVay doesn't use a lot of his running backs that he acquires, like, you know, it takes him a while. All the rookies, doesn't use them, you know, until the end of the year. So I'm staying away. I more agree with this take. Michel is a borderline non-factor. The reason the Pats dumped him, he's got knee issues. Overcome, dropping the super. Thanks for the content, dude. Would you accept Swift at running back 2 in a punt running back 2 tactic, or would you take another back in that tier? I'd probably take Gaskin over. No, I don't know. Yeah, Swift at that value, like Jacob Sanders. Gaskin, I can understand if someone wanted to go Gaskin, but that's not a horrible punt running back 2 running back. I like that. See, I do. There's a line in the sand where I'll take Swift. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm not unreasonable about it. I don't know how I feel about those. I was rushed, man. But I don't know how I feel about Pitts that early in redraft, but I feel like it's pretty balanced. I like the team. I will say I don't think this is my absolute favorite team ever, but I like it. Kyle says Matthew Berry is high on Logan Thomas. Like, in all fairness, like, I do like Logan Thomas too. I've been pumping the hell out of him, but Matthew Berry's a big Redskins fan. It's his team, so of course he's going to love Logan Thomas, but I don't blame him. Logan's going to be good. Patrick Moore. Oh, Patrick. First of all, welcome to the show. I mean that with all my heart, bro. Are you a Javonte Williams believer? I can tell you're brand new, Patrick. And you know, if you are new, you wouldn't know this. So it's not like it's not like I'm telling you to take a lap over the question, but of course there's nobody pumping this guy up more than I. So it's kind of a funny question. But I watch my most recent video, Patrick. I just dropped it. It's called my top 5 running back strategies for 2021. Watch it. It's the best video. I guarantee, Patrick, I'm going to see your name in the comments saying that was a fire video, okay? Because it's full of information that's going to help you win. And it talks about Javonte Williams a ton. So it'll answer your question. But I do appreciate you being here. Hit the subscribe button while you're here, because I know you just found me, bro. And it's going to get crazy up in here. And we're darn glad to have you. Patrick says for sure we'll do. How did you find us, Patrick? How did you just find? You had to have just found us. How did you find us? In a YouTube search? Like, was it a recommend? I just want to know how you got here. Because I like that you're here, man. You know, just for fun, let's find him. I'm only one Callaway. I don't know that I would have taken him there, but I wanted to drop it out of respect. I wanted Marquez Callaway, one call away Callaway, to get in the mix. I did it for fun. I probably would draft him a little bit later if I could get away with it, but he's got to show up in a mock draft. I'm moving this man to ADP single-handedly right now by putting Marquez, one Callaway into the mock draft column inside round 6. Yeah, buddy. Wipe your feet. Welcome, Patrick. Smitty, I just rated on. Attaboy, Terry. Thank you for the 5-star, Terry. I appreciate you big time, bro. Noah. Trey Lance truthers need to watch the Chargers YouTube video. I don't need to watch anything, Noah. I see everything. Lance is the real deal. What are you talking about? Noah, I swear, if I came out and said Trey Lance won't be the starter, anybody in here in the chat, I guarantee you that if I came out and said Trey Lance is going to not start, Jimmy G's the starter, Trey Lance isn't going to be the guy, I guarantee you we either wouldn't hear, Noah would just sit back and wait for the next comment to like go at, or he would say I was wrong. Like there's no way that Noah's going to say anything positive about any of the comments I make. Like I just don't understand, Noah. I don't get it. I just honestly don't get it. I dropped Curtis Samuel and picked up Marquez Callaway off the waiver wire. Bradley, your brain is massive in size, bro. Your brain is massive. Thank you, Terry. You deserve it, bro. Thank you, Terry. And we need to do our t-shirt show. Let's see if we can pull it off. Are you free, Terry? I'm sorry we keep moving it. Are you free this weekend to do the shirt show? You and OU Kurt. OU Kurt, are you in here? Terry, what's your availability for the weekend? Saturday, Sunday. Maybe a Sunday show. Can we do a show Sunday? We make your shirt live, or we'll do it and post it. Let me know what your availability is. Baked In Boys says, "Hey, Baked In Boys, you need to DM me on Discord right now. Hey, Smitty, would you take Clyde over Jefferson, Lamb, and Allen? I probably take. It depends on my build because they're very even, and like I always tell you, when things are very close, I lean in the direction of position of need, and I think all these guys are neck and neck. Not Allen. I moved Keenan Allen. I assume you mean. I move him down like another round. But I have Clyde, Jefferson, and Lamb neck and neck. So depending on your need, if you need something, then I'm okay with it. Like if you go running back, you know what I'm saying, broski. So real quickly, rating the teams: McCaffrey, AJ Brown, Dobbins, Herbert, Pitts, Callaway. I shoved Callaway in there a little early. Sunday works. Okay, great. Chargers YouTube just exposed Lance. No, it didn't. Noah. Cook. Okay, so this team right here, I'd say top 3. Hungry Lion, Cook, Allen. This team's pretty good. I like it. Solid. Don't like Mixon. Solid. I would like to have seen you got some, like why you went DJ Moore and Devontae Smith when you already had wide receiver on lock, Wavy. I would have gone Mike Davis and, guys like that. I don't know. Taylor, Eckler, Kittle, not bad. Barkley, Harris, Allen, Godwin, pretty decent. Solid. Decent. God, there's a lot of well-rounded, they're all very similar. I don't think anybody, crushed it. Thank you for the super chat, Joel. Baked in boys, DM me. Auction draft after 150 likes. No, we can't. I appreciate it, bro. I got to end the show. It's a 2-hour show. We're already 12 minutes over. Got to keep it on track to make sure Smitty doesn't burn out doing the scheduled stuff. Adams or Jones at the 8 pick. I'm going to go Adams, but I don't blame you for going Aaron Jones if you feel he's got that value there. So trust your gut on that. I'm indifferent on whether I take Jones that high. I feel like it's a little early for me. Draft spot 7 strategy, 12 team. Adams and Gibson, Adams and Harris, Adams and Clyde. I like those starts, even if it's Diggs and those. Getting out of that 7th spot with a running back, wide receiver, running back. Don't force it. Use best player available. But if you do come out with both positions covered, gives you a lot of flexibility in rounds 3 and 4 to not have to be forced to go in a direction you don't want to go in. So just know that. And I appreciate you being here, pal. I'm glad to see you. Smitty has a little one to check in on, a future Chiefs fan in the making. I don't have the little one today. I have the little one a couple days a week here at home. And then we have her watched. I can't work if I've got her here all the time, but I do have her a couple days a week. 5-star attaboy. Adams or Jones at the 8 spot again. And then grab Ridley or D. So I would go Adams and Gibson, or Adams and Harris, or Adams and Clyde. But that's me. Ayuk or Lockett. Probably go Ayuk, although he needs to catch the football. Zach, he has one on the channel. What's he talking about? All right. As I said at the beginning, this is the last time I'll mention it here today, but get on over to smitty1.com. Right there, smitty1.com. Click on this PrizePicks banner. They'll match up to $100 your first deposit. Use promo code Smitty. But if you go to smitty1.com and click on this PrizePicks banner, the guy with the number 40 jersey, just like that, it'll put the promo code in for you. I will give you a phone call. We'll do a draft prep call. We'll talk about Netflix, whatever you want. Just go to smitty1.com, click on the banner. They match up to $100. Get a phone call from me and play one of the coolest ways to play DFS, or to play over under prop style fantasy football in 2021. And the over yards on week 1, Alvin Kamara. Where was that? Where's that graphic at? Let's pull that up again. I mean, these are amazing. These feel like money, man. Kamara, 65.5 rushing yards. Get the over on that bad boy. McCaffrey, 80.5 rushing yards in week 1 versus the Jets. Over that. Right now. Drop an over. And even Henry, 99.5 against the Cardinals. He's gonna, regardless of what I think about Henry tailing off at the end of the year, like double-digit week time, he's gonna ball out in week 1. He's gonna ball out right away. He's shown no signs of decline coming out of last year. This isn't Todd Gurley where we see it and we're reacting. We're more so reacting to the numbers at the end of Derrick Henry's season. So even if you draft him, you trade him high by double-digit weeks, you're gonna make out like a bandit. He's gonna blow up. And the over on that, and then you check the 5-time box that makes it so you have to hit all 3 of them, and then boom, I think you 5 times multiply that, or 3 times. All right, get on over there, PrizePicks. Send me a DM with a screenshot, and I'll give you your phone call. Appreciate everybody here. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we're live here on the Fantasy Football Show, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern. Join us every single Tuesday and Thursday. All of you new people, hit the subscribe button so you don't lose the channel and the recommendations. And more importantly, I mock draft all the time. We just mock draft on the live here. When I mock draft, you want notifications on. You want to be subscribed so you're alerted when we're live. In order, of course, my HeySmitty.com text advice. I have two phones, my personal phone, my work phone, my HeySmitty.com phone, where I'm answering one-on-one on-demand text advice all day. Get it. Learn about it. HeySmitty.com. I'm out of here.